But what are your opinions about Marvel Snap? Oh yeah, I didn't answer that question. I actually don't enjoy the game very much. I think it's fun casually, but I don't think I could ever play it like a ton grinding or competitively, assuming they have competitive. And there are a couple of reasons for this. One, I think it's more RNG based than Hearthstone in a lot of aspects, but also is more consistent in Hearthstone in all the wrong ways. So the problem with Marvel Snap is you can lose a game before the game even starts because of what locations show up. Like, some matchups are obviously going to be hard for you. That's just the nature of card games. It's kind of rock, paper, scissors-esque. But if you get a bad location, like nowhere, right? And you can't play a card there, and you're playing against somebody who's able to play tokens really effectively and can put stuff there randomly versus you who can't put stuff there, you literally like almost automatically lose the game. Because they only have to put one thing there, and then they can focus a lot of stuff on one last location, and then they win. Another problem with it is since the deck is only 12 cards, there's always going to be really, really oppressive metas. Because, think about it. Over the course of the game, assuming there's no extra card draw, which there sometimes is based on cards and whatnot, you will draw any individual card like 75 or 78% of the time, or whatever the number is. It's like 9 out of 12 cards, so 75%. 9 out of the 12 cards you will draw over the course of the game. So combos are extremely reliable, not to mention the fact that if you're running like Nova and Devilsaur, right? You have 2 potential solid win conditions. All you really need to do is draw 1, and then once you draw that 1, you win the game. And because there are only 12 cards, you're almost always going to draw 1 of the 2. So it's going to be very combo-oriented, RNG-based because of locations, and also the progression system, although better than Hearthstone in some ways, is also worse in others, which is not something I'm super happy about. We can draw a bunch of cards here. Let's just kind of commit so we can go through our deck. It's not going to be a huge board, but it's going to be something. We go that, then we draw a card, then we draw 2 cards. Oh, that's pretty sick, actually. We can draw a bunch of cards here. Then we play the Coiler, then we draw... Oh, no, we have to choose more stuff. Siphon Man is not bad, can be direct damage. Draw more cards. Discover an Amalgam. Not Amalgam, discover a Naga. We'll take the Queen over Lady. Do I even have another Naga left? Oh shoot, I don't. Huh. Oops. Then I guess we'll go... Wait, is it Spell or Amalgam next? It is Spell. So we could theoretically go Ruined Orb and maybe get something else that draws cards, maybe? We'll probably go Shattering Blast because we could potentially combo that with like Flurry. But Snap Freeze is cheaper and does the same thing as Shattering Blast for just 1 minion. So we'll take that and then ping the face. Wasn't as big of a turn as I wanted it to be, but I'm fine with that. Have you ever played Yu-Gi-Oh? Yeah, I played Yu-Gi-Oh somewhat competitively when I was a kid. I'd go to like card shops and do round robin tournaments, and would almost always do better than 50%. Like, I'd almost always go at least 3 and 2, although sometimes there'd be more. I think my average was like 3.5 and 2, because sometimes there were 5, sometimes there was 6, sometimes there was 7 game round robins. Anywho, what was I gonna say? We got another Siren, which is pretty cool, I guess. How many more spells do I need? 2? Yeah, we can go Wildfire Ping. Not really much else to commit to the board here. We don't really have any Nagas in hand. But I played that game relatively competitively, but it got really out of hand eventually. Like, the cards started getting so ridiculous, and then Pendulums came out, and I was like, what the fuck is even going on? And then I stopped playing. Well, yeah, I've always played card games. I played Magic Draft for a long time as well. I have loved card games for the whole time. Loved Hearthstone. Wait, reinstalled Hearthstone after a month, and it's boring not having enough dust for new decks. Yeah. I will say, though, that the free-to-play aspect of the game is a little bit better than it used to be. Still not perfect, obviously, but it's a little bit better. If I just play the Magister, that'll draw me a card, but it won't play any Frost, but it'll play Wildfire, which I guess is fine.
Much to ponder.
And it draws me a card. Because it won't draw me 2 because I haven't played a Naga while the card is in my hand, right? So it should only draw me 1, which means I don't overdraw. And we get Wildfire, which I like. And it'll scale up by killing things like that and that. Right? Oh, it could play Ruined Orb, which also wouldn't be that bad. Slither Spear, okay, so we're gonna be able to go off in a turn or two with this Siren, then this, and a ton of other cheap spells. We're actually gonna go crazy. I need to plug my phone in 1 second. How's my favorite YouTuber doing? Oh, you think I'm your favorite? I'm doing pretty well. Oh! Not the Reckless Apprentice. That's what activates Mordresh. Gosh darn it. That's fairly suboptimal, but we'll make do. Boom. Naga. First Flame. Naga. Zola. We can always discover Zola too, which is another great part about all of this. Yeah, sure, why not Zola? Then we need another spell. Oh, I should be pinging this. Yeah, let's do that so we can kill this off, actually. What am I doing? Boom, boom. Zola U to discover another Naga. Then boom. Discover another Naga. I think at this point you're a little bit late. But at the same time, not really. What do I need to play still? What am I on? Spell? Okay, so we snap freeze that. We play this. We'll take that, we'll ping this, we'll play this. We run out of time, but we'll draw a couple of cards and it'll activate on the commander, which is great. And we got Mordresh, which is pretty cool. Arcane Brilliance is basically useless. Very underwhelming card to draw. But we're gonna start scaling up our hero power, and we have a full board, and he already used 1 shield shatter. If he uses another one, that sucks, but luckily Mordresh is ready, so we can wipe the board in a as a response to him wiping my board. So overall, I think that we did pretty well here. Arcane Intellects would also be very, very cool to draw. 7, 8, and 9, and 10 cost spells in my deck. Unfortunately, that's so useless, though. We do get to draw a card off of this, which is sick, actually. I did forget to talk about that. We do draw 1 extra card off of this. Seafloor Gateway is also useless because we don't have the Amalgam. And so 2 of the cards we drew were useless. Siphon Mana seems weird. I mean, if he doesn't wipe my board, we can apply a lot of pressure here. If he doesn't wipe my board with the Frozen Buckler and Shield Shatter, I think we're in a decent spot here. Shield Slam, fair enough, yeah. Pick me. No way you're playing Shiver Their Timbers, dude. Wow. Arcane Intellect is in fact very good here. She's ready, which is pretty cool. So we get Arcane Intellect, we get this, and we get Snap Freeze. We are going to Siphon Mana U. And to make all of these things free, we'll draw some more cards. We'll also Snap Freeze like the 5/4, because why not? We'll draw a couple of cards here for basically free. We could also theoretically Snap Freeze and kill something with Flurry, right? Like, we could go... Oh, wait, we don't have 3 damage. That's unfortunate. We have to trade in 2 things to kill this off. I don't think I really care about killing that, though. We're not going to Snap Freeze. We're just going to pass. And just to empty out my hand a little bit, we're going to play this, get nothing, play this, get nothing. Just to empty out my hand. It doesn't really matter. How many times have I played Wildfire? Wildfire is going to do 5. Wait, do I only have 1 Wildfire in the deck? What's happening? Wait, do I actually only run 1 Wildfire in this deck? No, I run 2. Why is this at such a low amount of damage then? Wait, why is this only at 5? It should be at 6 if I played both Wildfires. Did I mess something up somewhere? Am I miscounting? I don't think so, but I guess maybe. Yeah, I think I need to wipe this board here. So let's just do it and ping his face. Let's just ping his face like that. Did I miss something? You played 3? No, I didn't. I played 1 because I killed something with Arcane Blast honorably, which gave it +2 damage. It was at 3, right? Or did I miscount that and it did 5 to the 2/3 because I played 2 Wildfires and it was gonna do 5 anyway?
Always perfect.
I'm gonna be honest, I might have miscounted. I might not have honorable killed that and I could have honorably killed something else. I feel like a doofus if that's the case. Let's see what spell we discover first. We're basically just trying to find like Fireball or something to finish him off. Cone of Cold's fine. Draw some cards.
I have an idea.
Reckless Apprentice ping. That's gonna do 10. It's not quite enough damage to finish him off, so let's just go with card draw, hit, ping. We were very close to winning the game. He's already played 2 Shield Shatters, so we can also just play this because we might as well apply more pressure to the board. A little bit bummed. I miscounted then. I played 2 Wildfires, thought it was only going to do 3, but it was already at 5. That's wild. I thought that I scaled it up, but I should have hit Mutanus for 5 damage. Wow, I'm so dumb. I thought I'd only played 1. And then the most important card to die didn't end up dying. Oh, man. I don't really know what I want the commander to get if I end up drawing Commander Savara. I guess I want Ruined Orb to generate more resources, but other than that, I'm not sure. I missed honorable killing the Mutanus. That's wild. I swear I had only played 1 Wildfire. Even if I did, it wouldn't have been 3 damage. Why did I think it was 3? I'm delusional. Deadly Shot, that's fine. Composting, you know, it's definitely a card. Give me a little dude. I like Wildfire, also like Ruined Orb a lot. I'm gonna take Ruined. I'm gonna go Deadly Shot. I'm gonna also hit this here for Ruined Orb, and then we're gonna go Composting to draw 2 cards, because why not? We end up getting a Wildfire too. That's crazy, man. Composting to draw me a couple of cards. He's close to dying. We didn't have enough mana to play this along with getting a new Wildfire and everything. Because if we could have done it, but then we wouldn't have enough mana to ping as well. We just have to, we don't get charged down here, but I'm assuming we will. Because he's drawn through most of his cards. He has 5 cards in his hand. The combo only requires a little bit here. 0 cost Bran is scary. I didn't use the hero power to get the hero boost, apparently. I used it on the wrong thing. I used it. I thought it only did 3 damage, so I hit the 2/3 rather than killing Mutanus, which would have been correct. That's gonna be 12 damage, right? I mean, at the end, it doesn't matter because we outscale Control Warrior with Wildfires every single time. Or with our hero power, but still, that's crazy that I brain farted like that. We keep the Siren. We also, I think, keep the School Teacher. I know it's a little weird, but this is basically the 1-2 punch that allows you to have a really sick turn 5. Because this gives you a 1-drop Naga. All we have to do now is not draw like garbage for the next couple of turns. 1 second, let me, is it this one? I don't think it's this one, but it's close enough to the deck list. We don't have Ignite, we have the new Legendary in instead of Ignite, so hopefully it'll update next. No, wait, it's this one. Sick, okay, we got it. If we're not able to draw some cheap Nagas or spells, this is gonna be very difficult because this is pretty awkward, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, we play this turn 5 with the 1-drop Naga, then hopefully a cheap spell. Then we should be able to draw some extra cards off of this if possible. How's everybody doing today? Hey, Nerfin, how's it going? How are you? We do draw an extra Naga, which is in fact nice. We need to draw something cheap. We get Wildfire, which is basically all we needed, right? So then it goes this turn 4, then this turn 5, followed by 1-drop Naga, followed by 1-drop spell, followed by 3-drop Naga, followed by hopefully something. We basically have 2 turns to draw another cheap Naga or another cheap spell. If we can find a 2-drop or a 1-drop of either of those things, or a 0-drop Flurry, we are in business. Okay, we end up drawing Flurry, but we're not going to play it now. What do we want? Volcanomancy? No, that would wipe my own board. I don't really want to do that. I guess probably another Flurry or draw would probably be best. We'll go with draw. We already have a Flurry. We'll go with draw. We're going to have to make a ton of plays next turn. So I'm sorry if I'm not going to focus on chat for like a second, for like 1 turn. I need to think about the order I want to play. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully draw another Naga in that time. Alternatively, we could go this instead of Wildfire first. We can go Flurry, then this to draw cards, which might actually end up being better. I don't exactly know how I'm supposed to wipe this, though. Okay, so you gotta make a big play this turn. 4-drop into Naga, into Flurry, into 2-drop. Discover a Naga. This reduces the cost of stuff. Right now we're on spell, right? Yeah, we're on spell. So we draw 2. Then we play this. Then we play this for 0. Then we should be able to play this for 5. And that should be able to wipe the board as well as set up a ton of stuff. What do I need to draw? Play a Naga. 1, 2, 3, add 2. It is Naga, right? Yeah, we're on Naga. So 1, 2, 3, add 2. We still have enough to play the Apprentice. We then play the Apprentice. And we wipe the board. And we've now developed quite a good board ourselves. We have taken a lot of damage because we really didn't have a good early game. We didn't have Ruined Orb or a First Flame. Or even a turn 1 Wildfire to ping off a couple of minions. So that was definitely a bummer. But I think we made the most out of a bad situation. I really hope to draw a Frost spell so we can gain 8 armor off of the Lady. We don't really need anything else. I'd also be fine with the Magister Dawn Grasp at some point, playing Arcane Intellect to draw some cards, a Flurry, and like this being played on turn 5 is gonna be really good, or turn 7 will be really good. Unfortunately, he kills this and kills this, and I take an absolute crap load of damage. I literally go down to 7, or 6, sorry, because I played a minion. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Oh? Does he not have it? Oh, he doesn't have Chaos Strike. Chaos Strike would have been absolutely... Okay, so we do actually do really, really well this turn, I think. We need to play a spell, but I'm gonna play a Naga first with Taunt, so that way this draws me 2 cards. Keep flooding the board here. We don't really want to play the commander. We'll just ping face, go face a little bit here. He plays Kurtrus this turn. I play Magister, freeze them both. And we can also play Flurry to set this up as well. Hey, Ecore, wish you have a great stream. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I am trying to have a good stream. I had a pretty good turn 5. I think that I played basically correctly. I don't think that there are any glaring misplays that I made. So... pretty happy about that. We also know that Magister is going to guaranteed give us Wildfire because we didn't play a First Flame this game already, which is quite nice. And we've drawn through a decent amount of our deck, which is pretty solid.
Pick me, pick me.
Predation, I'm fine with that, dealing 3. Are you gonna Predation again? Okay, I don't get to mana cheat, which is a bit of a bummer. So do I Flurry and then play the Lady? Because I don't think I can get lethal here. I think I Flurry, then play the Lady for armor. Keep going face, and you can also play Gifts. I don't think I want to play Magister. Like, it plays Flurry, draws me 2 cards. I mean, I guess there's no reason not to, right? There really is no reason to not play it, other than... Can I find lethal here, actually? 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We cannot find lethal here, unfortunately. I think we're just gonna go with the play to gain 8 armor off of the lady and get an extra minion out on the board, and then we can play Magister next turn. And then we play this to gain 8 armor, and then it's a Naga, so we get to draw some extra cards as well. And then this still pushes a decent amount of damage. We should be able to win the game next turn with Ruined Orb, this, and Hero Power anyway. And if he plays Kurtrus, we can play like Reckless and or Magister and wipe the board again. I just wanted to gain 8 armor to make sure I didn't die. What is the loud screaming file on your desktop? Oh, in one of the videos, I got really mad. And I think I yelled like, fuck. And so, no. It was the time, oh shoot, I remember the video. There's a time when I was like, the only way I lose this game is if this happens, and then this happens. And then it started happening, so I had an effect that slowly zoomed in on my face with the screaming effect that got louder and louder, and I made the screen slowly turn red and shake a little bit. I thought it was funny, so that's what it was. Against a Paladin, we're basically gonna just hard mulligan everything. Because we want to try to find, like I said before, the main thing is the Spirit Lash Siren and School Teacher for the 1-2 punch on turn 5. Well, okay, the School Teacher sets up the turn 5. You don't also play it turn 5. If we play this turn 3, double draw turn 2, it's not terrible. It's probably going to be mech. If this ends up being like control, I think we should theoretically just be able to outscale him with hero powers and whatnot. Especially if we can randomly generate an ignite. Hear me out. I don't think this is a bad play. I know we're using up a coin. Fire, we'll go with Flurry. It's a cheap spell. And Fire Sale can't do anything against a ton of Divine Shields anyway, so. But hear me out. I wanted to do that so I could activate the Gifts of Naru. So I could, not Gifts of Naru, that's a different card. Gifts of Ashara, so we can just start playing them. He draws 2 cards, so he's going Mech Paladin without a turn 1 or turn 2 play, which is very good for me. We're basically just trying to draw as many cards as possible to get the Siren. If we can do that, we'll be fine. So the question is, next turn, what do I want to do? Do I want to be mana efficient with the Treasure Guard, or do I want to draw 2 cards with the Gift? I think I want to draw 2 cards with the Gift, to be honest. Drawing 2 cards immediately, I think, is better. Why don't you have Zola? Because Zola's way too greedy. I ran the Lady Najjar instead. I just like it a lot more. She's pretty flexible, and Zola, although she can pop off at times, is just, I don't know, she feels a little clunky at other times. Like, sometimes she feels pretty weak, whereas the Lady in the mid and late game is just always pretty good, because you can draw or do random things with it. Draw a couple cards here. Okay, so we got the Siren. That's pretty solid. We're gonna probably play you next turn. Let's get rid of the Divine Shield and pass. We could have played the Vicious Slither Spear, but we didn't want to do that because we need to have mana left over for turn 5. And then we have an insane turn 5 play, and then he just cries. Speaking of crying, that's what I'm about to do. He just played a 7/5 Divine Shield minion. My god. This is absurd. Oh, he does not care. He's just going full face. Respectable. Respectable. Okay. We will end up overdrawing here, actually. We could just do this to get rid of a ton of Divine Shields and kill off 1 minion. It actually doesn't mess me up really at all, and it makes sure I don't overdraw. Yeah, we're gonna do that, and then kill this off. Gets rid of the Divine Shield, sets up to maybe kill off a couple of other things. Boom, boom, Flurry. Boom to discover a spell. Wow, we just don't have that many spells in my hand, actually. We need to discover something cheap that discovers more cards, like a First Flame or a Ruined Orb. Oh, you've got to be kidding me, dude. Are you serious? People don't really run any anymore in Mech Paladin because it's so greedy. And yet, here it is. There's no way you don't trade in, right? Yeah, you have to. Yeah. Please draw me a cheap spell. We got First Flame, that's basically perfect. Boom, into, First Flame, I guess, technically, would be best. And then we do this. Discover a good cheap spell. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Cheap spell. Naga. Cheap spell. Naga. There you go with another Siren or more card draw. We don't really need Siren because they're going to be playing everything. So let's just go with a cheap Naga. What am I on right now? I'm on play a spell. Yeah, it's doable. Oh. Yeah, it's fine. Now it's play a Naga. Then it's play a spell. Then it's play a Naga. Then it's play a spell. Then it is going to be second flame and then ping it off. Pretty sick turn 5 if you ask me. Pretty sick turn 5 if you ask me. Hey, Ecore in chat. Hey, Math, how's it going? Have you tried Control Shaman? I played a big spell shaman. I was kind of control-y. It was fun. I could possibly play a more control-focused shaman in the future, though. But yeah, we're gonna be able to play this. We don't really have space to play Nagas, so the Siren's not really gonna do too much anymore. I could have maybe saved a spell because this was already frozen, but I wanted to get rid of it just to be sure. Send a 1/3 or a 1/5 into that. Ping it. Ping another thing, Ruined Orb, get more stuff, stack both of these up. We might be able to just kill him this turn, actually. Because each of these gets bonus stats, right?
Well played.
I think that's just lethal.
Priceless.
Boom. Ruined Orb. Flurry, first flame. No, that doesn't add enough damage, actually. That's crazy that that doesn't add enough damage. These go face. And then we'll ping that off. A little weird that I played so many spells there. I'm just trying to close the gap. You could play Cariel, but none of the 3 health minion die. None of the 3 health minions die. And then we could just follow up with Magister and freeze some things as well as First Flame and whatever. So it's not bad by any means. We basically win the game if we draw Siren, and if we don't, we could still possibly win. Yeah, GG. This deck is so broken.